This is what dreams are made of. To be here in the NBA Finals after the season that we have had, after the road that we have had, going through Los Angeles, Dallas and Houston to make it, and surprisingly the Celtics beat the Heat. However, it don't mean a thing without the ring. It's time.
In absolute menace with the three-point shot, Ray Allen will be launching them again tonight. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is now tipping off, broadcasting live on 2K Sports. It's the postseason in the NBA. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg, happy to be with you. It's the Portland Trail Blazers.
Who would have thought that we would be here today getting ready to start Game 1 of the 2011 NBA Finals? After the road that we have had, after the season that we have had, we weren't even in the top 3 in the Western Conference. And yet here we are, prepared to make history. No one, and I mean no one, had us to win this series, especially in the way that it did happen. And what you're going to see is pretty much one of the biggest upsets in NBA Finals history. Look at Marcus Camby bullying Shaquille O'Neal. This was Shaq's series, ultimately to tie Kobe Bryant for one more championship. Obviously, he got 3 in LA, he got 1 in Miami, and if he had 1 in Boston, then this was the series to do it. I honestly believe that no one expected either us or the Celtics to make it here. As you can see, that beautiful pick and roll from me to LaMarcus Aldridge. Ray Allen leaves me wide open from the mid-range. And even though the Celtics are pretty much tying us, look at this. This injury defines the entire series. Not even 1 quarter into the NBA Finals and Ray Allen gets injured. Back spasms mean that he's going to be out for the rest of the series. And this was the dagger. The Celtics didn't know at the time. As you can see, lower back sprain, out for 1 to 2 weeks. He's pretty much gone and sealed for the finals. And without Ray Allen, this was a massive mismatch. Brandon Roy driving inside to give us a 3-point lead before the end of the first quarter. Nate Robinson can't do anything. And surprisingly, to everyone, to us, to the fans, we end the first quarter up by 3. And the bullying continues. Look at that dunk. Nicholas Batum going all the way, dunking on Rajon Rondo. We lead by 4. Look at this double screen right there. That screen doesn't work, but Brandon Roy don't need no screens for a slam dunk. And we're up by 6 with just under 7 minutes to go. And they just leave the paint wide open. They don't fall for the pump fakes through the Celtics. However, they do leave the inside wide open. Batum tries to go to work on Avery Bradley, I believe that is. Look at that pass inside, over Shaquille O'Neal. And this was really the series that Aldridge really came into his own for this team. Look at that inside pass to Greg Oden. And surprisingly, we are up by 12 with just under 4 minutes to go of the second quarter. Paul Pierce makes that quick basket, but it's all about quick awareness. Look at that inside pass to Odom again from Nicholas Batum. Shot clock down to 2 seconds. Brandon Roy has to spin, pull up a layup inside, and once again, they leave a massive hole in the paint. And surprisingly, we end the first half of Game 1 of the Finals up by 13 points.
Well, how about Brandon Roy in this one? 16 points, and free throws have been big for him today, with 6 points from the line. The assists have been coming for him, along with putting some numbers up from the front.
Hello, I'm Damon Bruce, and welcome to our coverage of the NBA Finals. Game 1 here on HP at the half. Some excellent numbers being put up by both these gentlemen. Quite a night for them. And now we'll send you back to Boston for the start of the second half.
They needed Ray Allen in this series real bad because, as you can see, Brandon Roy just starts to take over the second half of game one here with that nice jump shot. Shaq tries to do something over LaMarcus Aldridge. Paul Pierce gets fouled in this play by Marcus Camby, and as you can see, the aging Celtics start to show. Paul Pierce sprains his ankle on that play, and he continues on, but the Celtics just too old to really keep up with us. Look at that wide open three, and we are leading by 19. There's a hushed silence in the TD Garden in Boston because the fans, they don't believe what's happening. They lost Ray Allen. They've got an injured Paul Pierce. And the Celtics are breaking down. The game is nearly up by 20. We get a steal, fast break right there. Look at that Michael Jordan layup and one play on Rajon Rondo. That's probably the best play I've done so far in the playoffs. And even though it's game one, we're sending a message to the Celtics. Another wide open three by Rudy Fernandez. And this crowd is stunned. The media is stunned. Look, Greg Oden with that spin layup. Look at him, 11 points, 5 for 6 from field, 2 rebounds. And that's game one in the bag. 3 more wins, and we've done pretty much the unthinkable. And no one expected this. No one expected us to win game one, no matter what the outcome was. As you can see, Brandon Roy, 22, 4, and 9. I had 20 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. Rajon Rondo, 18 points, 6 rebounds. LaMarcus Aldridge, 10, 3, and 2 assists. Game 2 is the perfect chance for the Celtics to come back after that disastrous game 1 here. And I'm pretty much attacking. As you can see, look at that and one move, contact layup on Rajon Rondo. They fake the screen. I drive left all the way inside. Contact already. I don't even give the Celtics a chance to breathe in this series. And of course, I convert that on one play. And we didn't expect to win game 1. We thought the Celtics would take game 1 and 2, and then we were going to take games 3 and 4 on the road. And we thought this series would have been decided by who has the home games later on in the series, to the point where we could have... We were thinking that this series with the Celtics was going to go 7 games, but I don't think anyone expected the Celtics to beat the Heat in the first place. Brandon Roy with that wide open three. A pass outside to Batum, who passes outside again to LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge wide open right there. And we're just feeling the Celtics out right now. Let's see what they've changed. Aldridge with a crossover layup inside. And again, the layup perimeter defense is still a weakness when it comes to the Boston Celtics. A double screen, they failed to react right there, and this is where the lead starts to go for us. Just over a minute and 15 seconds left of the first quarter. Glenn Davis bites on that pump fake, and again inside. This is a massacre for the Boston Celtics. They keep leaving us wide open. Batum, Shaq tries to foul Batum right there, but Batum's not having it, and they're just not reacting to our attacks inside the paint. Just under 5 minutes left of the second quarter of game 2 of the finals. Batum wide open once again, and the lead is up to 10. And we're just sagging off Glenn Davis right now, but surprisingly he makes that shot. Doesn't change much anyway. The lead is down to 12, but we are slowly but surely commanding this series. We set that play up. I thought that play was going to be for LaMarcus Aldridge. Look at that crossover move on Nicholas Batum. He crossed over the entire Celtics defense right there. And again, as you can see, Brandon Roy, they can't contain us no matter what happens. If it's in the paint or if it's mid-range, they don't have an answer for us. Surprisingly, Batum once again, Rajon Rondo, the mismatches that the Celtics tried for us are everywhere. Michael Finley down to 1 second, gets that shot in, but the lead as we enter the second
Always
half
playing a good game
is
here.
14.
He's got 13 points and a steal. He's been putting it up, and it's been going down.
The NBA Finals second chapter. Game 2 here on the HP Halftime Report. Two guys who both came to play tonight. They've been very active in the game and will look to stay hot in the second half. And that's it for now as we send you back out to Kevin and Clark for the second half. Thanks so much.
Even though Paul Pierce has more points, we're dominating the Celtics right there. Kevin Garnett tried to pass in between the legs. That was a bit cheeky right there, but Shaquille O'Neal, he's washed. He can't really do anything. Batum goes all the way for the foul, and one once again for Nicholas Batum. And this is just a dagger in the heart right there. Another three goes in. And this is pretty much the summary of this entire series. They failed to leave the paint. They leave the paint wide open. And because we are able to penetrate inside, we can just dictate where we want to pass to. And again, once again, they try and play as half court. But once again, it's just simple layups and dunks. And they're conceding so many points. I get that rebound. Pass to Brandon Roy. He tries a three there. He makes it. And as you can see, all the momentum is with us as we enter the fourth quarter of the second game of the finals. We're up by 12. Paul Pierce leaves Nicholas Batum wide open. And this is unbelievable what we're seeing. Brandon Roy is cooking from the mid-range. The Celtics can't do anything no matter what matchup they have. The hot step layup by Brandon Roy. No one saw that coming. And we are just playing the best basketball we can, both offensively and defensively. Another defensive possession there. Fast break. It's 4-on-2. But it's all about finding the right guy. And Nicholas Batum, once again, was the right man for this occasion. That similar double screen, which leaves Brandon Roy another three. And that is that. Game 2. We take both games on the road. And for the Celtics, it doesn't look likely at all that they can, never mind come back in this series, but win a game. And to the shock of the Celtics fans, look at them. We've taken both road games. Brandon Roy had a double-double, 21 and 12. I had 8, 6, and 3. And Nicholas Batum had 21 points. But no one expected this. No one. The media didn't expect this. And they're already talking about breaking up the Boston Big Three after the season is over.
And fans already at a fever pitch here at the Rose Garden. 2K Sports proudly presents the NBA playoffs. Here with Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan calling the action. The NBA Finals is now 2-zip as we get game 3.
There's something really special about playing at home in a final series. And even though this is my first final series, I don't want this to be my last. And that's what I'm afraid of the most as far as playing in the finals. This is the biggest stage in basketball. And maybe this is the only series that I'll ever play in the finals. Maybe I'll never go back here. I'll never come back to the finals, if you know what I mean. So maybe I've peaked too early, but time will tell as my career goes on. I'm still early on in my career, so hopefully this is the first of many finals that I get the chance to compete in. But this is not about me. This is about Brandon Roy. Once again, he's cooking the Boston Celtics defense right there, and Boston are pretty much competing against us. They're competing with us, but we're just too much for them. As you can see, Celtics are up by 2, and Kevin Garnett's jump shot right there brings them up by 4. 4 seconds with Batum, but Camby gets him up in the air, gets Shaq up in the air, and that's a slam dunk for Marcus Camby. And I can't express how important Camby has been to both our offensive and defensive side of the floor. And if we are to win this series, as you can see, look at that gorgeous contact layup right there. I was going to go for the dunk, but because of the contact there, the defense forced me to put up a layup right there as Batum gets a 3. with just under 3 minutes to go, and once again, the Celtics' interior defense is lacking right there. Brandon Roy with a contact layup. Paul Pierce, the injured Paul Pierce, tries to put up something. He gets it to go, and surprisingly, the game is tied at 41.
It's Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Another step closer to crowning a champion. I'm Damon Bruce, and welcome to our HP Halftime Show. Two guys who both came to play tonight. They've been very active in the game and will look to stay hot in the second half. Back to the Rose Garden for the start of the second half.
I think with every single minute that goes on in this series, our belief as a team goes up more and more, simply because that we're competing against these Celtics, the same Celtics that went 7 games with the Lakers. But look at Nicholas Batum right there with a 3, and like there's nothing, and I'm really shocked as we nearly turned the ball over right there. But the Celtics, there's nothing that the Celtics can do to stop us, and once again they leave Nicholas Batum wide open just for 3 after 3. So not only are they giving up easy 2 points like right there, but also they're giving Nick Batum just wide open shots again and again, and it's costing them. They double team Brandon Roy here. They don't pump for LaMarcus Aldridge, but they give Brandon Roy just enough room, and our lead is now up to 6 with just over 4 minutes to go. And once again, Shaq leaves LaMarcus Aldridge wide open, and that's old age. They can't keep up with us. They can't. The defense is non-existent, both exterior and interior, on the side of the floor. And even though we thought that we should have blocked that shot right there, as it's now a 6-point lead, we run this play 52 up right here. And again, just another example of the Boston Celtics defense just lacking on the inside. As you can see, I'm wide open right there, but instead I go all the way for the dunk on the inside. I get Rajon Rondo up in the air, and I dunk on Shaquille O'Neal. And now the lead is up to 8 as we enter the last quarter of Game 3. And once again, they leave pretty much the inside wide open, and we just abuse. And the Celtics, they do make a bit of a run. This shot right there, as Jermaine O'Neal puts in the dunk, and it's now a 1-point game, but they don't learn their lesson. They leave Nick Batum wide open. And if there was a player who really should be the MVP of this series, it should be Nicholas Batum. He made so many important shots right there. The last 4 minutes of Game 3, it could be critical. If we win this game, then a sweep could be on here at home in the most unbelievable of circumstances in these finals. Brandon Roy cuts, his mismatch can't keep up with him, and we've extended our lead to 6. They make a basket, which cuts down to 4, but once again, Brandon Roy, they don't learn their lesson, and we've been abusing them all series long. A behind the back pass with a jump shot there leaves Rajon Rondo in the dust, and the lead is now up to 6, and that does it for game number 3. We take game 3 by 8. They double team Brandon Roy, but it's too little too late. It doesn't matter if the shot goes in. We win by 11, which means we're 1 game away from securing our first NBA championship since 1977. Brandon Roy 29, 11, 4 and 3.
With steals, assists, or points, Rajon Rondo has numerous ways you can taste the excitement here inside the Rose Garden. What an incredible performance we have seen in the finals so far. Now,
this is truly the stuff where dreams are made of. We are home with a 3-0 lead, and if we win this game, we are NBA champions. I am an NBA champion for the first time, but in order to actually do it, we have to finish the job that we started in Boston. So that means we have to do the same thing that we've been doing all series long, keep attacking them inside the paint and make them pay every time they leave someone open, just like LaMarcus Aldridge right from the free throw line. And we have a good start right there. And as you can see, they don't learn their lesson. They can't defend the pick and roll. Brandon Roy goes all the way in. And even though Nicholas Batum was wide open right there, that could have been an easy play for us. Aldridge drives, but he has to pull up for a jump shot. That's easy money for LaMarcus Aldridge. As we enter the last 2.5 minutes of Game 4, the Celtics actually have a 3-point lead, but they leave Brandon Roy wide open. That's lackluster defense from the Boston Celtics. What's happened to these Celtics? The same Celtics that made the Lakers pay back in 2008. They're just leaving us wide open. Rudy Fernandez down to 2. He passed up to Nicholas Batum for 3, and the game is tied at 26. Paul Pierce can't do anything. Ray Allen is injured. Kevin Garnett can't do anything. He's too slow on the break to guard Rudy Fernandez, and we were up by 4, but the game is tied at 30 with just under 6.5 minutes. That mean crossover once again. There's a foul, contact, and 1. We are in our RIP jerseys tonight because we are going to be paying our respects to the Boston Celtics. Look at that wide open 3 from Brandon Roy once again. Well, actually, that was a 2 that time. But we are maintaining our advantage on the Celtics. What's this play going to happen? As you can see, I'm trying to find... Look at that hot step on Rajon Rondo. I got him on his all fours. He didn't expect that at all. And they didn't expect this. I'm wide open for 3. I make it. And the lead as we enter the second half is 8.
Clock winding down is something special. A lot of players don't have that.
And so we wrap up.
Welcome to Game 4 of the NBA Finals, basketball's biggest stage. Now let's get you to the HP Halftime Report. A pair of guys here who are their teams in tonight's game. And that's it for now as we send you back out to Kevin and Clark for the second half. Thanks so much for tuning.
The fans are smelling a sweep in Portland, so it's up to us to try and get the job done. Paul Pierce leaves Nicholas Batum wide open. Another important shot right there as our lead is now up to 8. As you can see, we're bullying Rajon Rondo. He's too little. He's too small. Why is he in the paint? He's too small. Give it to Brandon Roy for another wide open 3. And the lead is now 11, but they try and make a comeback. They're down 5 with just over 5.5 minutes left. I thought I was wide open right there, but Nicholas Camby, but Marcus Camby even, with that go-ahead basket, extends our lead. Rajon Rondo tries to cook, but I see what he's doing from a mile away. He's trying to pass inside to Kevin Garnett. I'm not allowing him the space, but he passes it anyway. I tried to double team him, but Paul Pierce relies on the rim. And now the Celtics have a 2-point lead with just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Rajon Rondo can't shoot, so I'm leaving him wide open. Look at that steal from Brandon Roy, and it's all the way to the races for that slam. As the game is tied at 63. They can't keep up with me. What a clutch defensive possession by Brandon Roy. As we enter the final 3 seconds here of the third quarter, a bit of a pick and roll. Have to pull up for a jump shot, and it's not good. So we end the third quarter with everything to do at 65 apiece. However, the Celtics, they go on a 4-0 run to start the fourth quarter. Marcus Camby gets him there with the pump fake, with Shaq in the pump fake. And we're competing with the Celtics. And look, we don't mind if we lose this game because we're still in the driver's seat. But what I'm afraid of is if we lose this game, we might lose all momentum that we've built. But Kevin Garnett doesn't learn his lesson. Look at that contact shooting foul and 1 on Brandon Roy. Doc Rivers has to sub out Kevin Garnett for the remainder of the fourth quarter simply because he's in foul trouble. And this was the spark that we needed. We're down 5 with just over 2 minutes to go. Who's wide open? Brandon Roy, of course, wide open with a clutch 3. 31 points for Brandon Roy in Game 4 of the finals. But we're still down by 4. We need someone wide open. Who's that in the corner? Again, Brandon Roy brings us down to within 1, and he's showing us why he should be the MVP of the finals. And again, they don't learn their lesson. Another clutch 3 from Nicholas Batum gives us the lead by 2. We extend the lead to 4 because of jump shots. And as you can see, Rajon Rondo with that clutch basket, he cuts the lead down to 2. But they make the mistake of fouling the most clutch player of the finals, Brandon Roy, and with 20 seconds to go, we pretty much foul. They leave me wide open. That's the dagger, and there's nothing left. Paul Pierce tries to make a shot, no good, and as the final seconds tick down, the dream is looking like it's going to be reality. With 2 more shots, with 1 more free throw, the impossible dream is going to be reality. We're up by 5. The whole energy in this arena in the Rose Garden, Brandon can feel it, we can all feel it. 1 more free throw, and that'll do it. With 4.9 seconds left, no timeouts for the Celtics. There's nothing they can do. The buzzer sounds, we're champions!
And they've done it, the new NBA champions!
It's all about this moment, Kevin. All the practicing, the time in the gym, the long season of bruises and pain and sacrifice and commitment. This makes it all worth it.
Clark, no one said it would be easy. They earned this title, and it was a spectacular team effort.
You know it, Kevin. Every guy, including the coaches and the trainers, had an impact and helped these guys win this championship.
Well, it's even sweeter to get the victory here at home in front of these fans who are also a big part of their success. That's it. We have ourselves a champion. It's been a long journey, but what a great ride through the NBA Finals. So for Clark Kellogg and Doris Burke and everyone at 2K Sports, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next season.